Welcome everybody. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to do the exercise first and then talk about it. And here's why. Today I'm feeling a little ungrounded and uncentered, a little unfocused, and today's exercise is a perfect exercise to show you in real time what can happen when you use these exercises to your benefit. So, today we're going to learn about Kenyokû, which is dry brushing, clearing the body, preparing to be a vessel for sacred energy. Before we can do Kenyokû, we first need to ground and center ourselves and connect with the earth. So we use Hado breathing and breath of the earth. So, if you're watching these videos in sequence, you know what Hado breathing is. And that is just breathing in and sighing out. We do that specifically to release, relax, let go. Okay, so let's do that 3 times together. With every exhalation, feel your body relaxing. Feel your mind coming into the present moment. With the next 3 breaths, we're going to connect with the earth, okay? So this is breath of the earth. We take that concept of the Hado breathing and relaxing in, but instead of just relaxing into our body, we then relax into the earth, become one with the earth. So here we go. I actually find it more relaxing, more therapeutic, more comfortable to do it calmly and smoothly and melt into the earth. But I was taught to do it forcefully, to push my energy down into the earth like a pillar of light. And I feel like we don't have to force ourselves on Mother Earth. We're already a part of her. So I like to do it calmly and peacefully and like melting in. But you can do it the traditional way as well. So let's try it that way. So imagine yourself as a pillar, your spiritual energy, the part of you that is part of Earth. Imagine that as a pillar. Breathing in, pushing down. Breathing in, and we kind of feel the earth energy come into our body. Breathing down, pushing ourselves down. And I can almost feel, it's almost like I've sunk down to my knees now into the earth. So one more time. Now it's like I've sunk down to my trunk. Okay, now I'm going to melt the rest of myself in. And just feel this connection with Earth. Feel how you can move and sway and still be part of her. Still be part of her energy. Still feel her energy all around you. And feel like you are part of that ocean that is her energy. Okay. Now that we're feeling connected, We want to clear our bodies of anything that's going to get in the way or muddy the waters, so to speak, so that we can channel pure universal energy, pure universal love through our bodies into whatever it is that we're trying to do. So the purpose of this exercise is cleansing. It's done many, many different ways. Again, do what's right for you. How you do it is less important than why you do it. So think about why you're doing this exercise. The body brings energy in from the universe into the heart, then disperses throughout the body, down the arms if you're doing healing, down into your internal organs if you're healing yourself, or down into the earth through your legs. Okay, so think about that. Now think about the motions of this exercise. What are we doing? First, we're clearing our arms because we're going to use these as vessels of healing. Next, we're clearing our torso. So think about what you're doing here. You're actually crossing the heart, the stomach, the intestines, the kidneys, both ways, right? The liver, the lungs. We're clearing all the organs. Why are we doing that? Each of our organs hold a different emotion, are sort of in charge of or in correspondence with a chakra, an organ, a system. So think about all of that while you're doing this exercise. So feeling that relaxed, grounded connection with the earth. You can take your dominant hand, whichever hand that is. This will be the hand that does the first clearing. Move up the other arm. Start Reiki flowing. Start universal energy flowing through you. It comes in with the breath. It comes in as you breathe in, through the crown chakra and through the third eye chakra, through the nose into the lungs and heart, and then it's dispersed throughout the body with the breath. Feel that flow of energy. A couple of breaths. And then, when you're ready, start to focus that energy from the heart down to this hand. Now, this hand has multiple energy centers in it. It's got, of course, the palm chakra. This is the palm chakra that we use for our healing work, for our sensitivity when we're working with our hands. But there's also chakras at the points of each of these fingers. So if you have magical symbols of any kind that are used for clearing away, for breaking, for cutting cords, for breaking connections, for breaking down blockages, use those symbols on these chakra points. For Reiki, it could be the decreasing chokure. You could also use the master symbol. You could also use the distance healing, because oftentimes we're letting go of energy that has been there for a while, right? So whatever you think is appropriate for the purpose of the work that you're doing today. So draw these symbols on your hands, on each of the finger points. And you can tap them in. We're often taught to tap them in. Tapping them in just stimulates that energy center so it starts to move. You can feel the difference in your hand now. Okay, so breathing in. Breathing down your arm to those 6 points. You can do this several ways. We'll do it the way I was taught originally first. So hand on your shoulder. Sweep down and away, not towards you. Down and away. Into the ether to be changed to positive light, right? Your intention matters. You're not throwing your garbage out to someone else. You're throwing it out to the universe to be changed to positive energy. Then we do the opposite side. Then we do here. And then we do here. Okay? This is how I was taught to do it originally. There are many variations. So you can start at the hand and use your breath as well as the energy flowing through your hands, breathing in, down to the hands. Now, we're using our breath. It's like you're ripping off a glove. And the reason we're doing this is because we're going to go in 3 sections. From the hand down, from this joint, which is actually another chakra center, to this joint, which is a chakra center, to this joint, which is an energy center. See, we've ripped it away. We've cleared the blockages all the way 3 times. And you do that on the other hand as well. Don't forget to activate these centers. It doesn't matter what order you do them in. If you want to get really intentional about it, you can look into the power of each finger chakra, the mudras, the hand mudras. They each have a different meaning, right? So if you really want to get very focused about it, you can look into that. But for now, our intention of just clearing and flowing strong energy is all that matters. So breathing in. Same thing now. You've still got the energy flowing through the fingers. All the organs. All the emotions. All the energy centers. Right? Let that all go. Shake it out. That's Kenyokû. Now you're ready to work with sacred energy. Your energy is cleared. You're feeling way more grounded. You don't have any crap holding you back. You're not negative. You're ready to teach a lesson. Welcome to Drawing Down the Moon System of Reiki. I'm glad that you found us however you came to find this video. It is all meant to be. Hopefully you found the video because you have the deck of 54 oracle cards, which would be amazing, which would mean that you are on a year and a day journey. Hopefully you're doing that journey with us. The journey goes through the wheel of the year, and it introduces us to several different wavelengths or frequencies or ways of connecting with the different sources of ki. And ki is universal life force. It is the force. It is what keeps us vibrant and healthy and literally alive. It is available to us everywhere, all the time, to every person. Anyone can connect with it. You don't need to have special powers. You don't need to have special training. You don't need to have special connections. You just need to have a desire to connect with it intentionally and with purpose, because you are already connected to it. If you weren't connected to it, you would not be here. So let's talk a little bit more about the purpose of the cards and why I created them. I created them to help you connect with the different forms, the different ways of connecting with universal life force energy. They're designed not just to be like many other cards where you discover that there's a problem or you discover that there is an issue, but you don't necessarily discover how to fix it or what to do next with that information. These cards are meant specifically to help you understand right now, as I'm pulling this card, what will help me come back into balance. So as you start to learn to look at your body, your energetic body, as well as your physical body, and say, where am I out of balance? What is it that I need to draw in order to move forward happily, healthily, with humility, with grace? These cards hopefully will help you to do that. One of the reasons that I designed them that way, aside from the fact that this is how I was guided to design them, is because When we heal ourselves, we are healing all the energy around us, the whole world around us, if we want to. Think of the loving kindness meditation or the metta meditation. When we do that meditation, we start healing ourselves, but we expand that healing all the way out to the edges of the universe in some of those meditations. And that is exactly literally what we can do in every moment of our life if we choose to do it. So while we start doing this inner work, shifting our own inner environment, we are creating ripples that shift our outer environment. Each card introduces an exercise or a meditation or a ritual or some way to connect with these different vibrations, these different ways of experiencing the world. Let's talk a little bit about Reiki, because I do talk about it throughout the video series, and I want you to understand that if you are attuned to Reiki, fantastic. You can use these cards to deepen your Reiki experience, to deepen your understanding of Reiki, and to deepen your understanding of the ki around you. If you don't have Reiki, no problem. That's the whole point. You don't need Reiki to work with these cards. You don't need Reiki or any kind of process or practice or religion or ritual to connect with ki. All you need is intention, attention, like paying attention to your body, feeling what's happening, and a clear desire. That's it. That's all you need. So in this series now, we're moving on to specifically our connection with ki. We first worked with the 5 principles of Reiki. So learning to be humble and kind, learning to let go of anger, learning to let go of worry, introducing gratitude to our life, and focusing on diligently attending to our intentions in life. Now we're shifting out of that and moving into connecting with specific types, specific flows of universal energy. So what is universal energy? I think it's been clear so far what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the force. I love that. I'm talking about chi. I'm talking about prana. I'm talking about the breath of life. This universal life force energy that weaves through everything in our universe and breathes life into the universe. Any philosophy that believes in this life force energy dictates that there's an unlimited source of ki available in the universe. That is a very important message, a very important lesson for you to incorporate into your psyche, into your understanding of the world. There's an unlimited source of ki. It's infinite. It goes on forever. It is in everything and everyone, everywhere, in all time, in all space, in every universe. So even if you are this teeny tiny little speck of dust in this vast universe, you will never be able to use it all up. We don't have to worry about sharing it. We don't have to worry about taking it all for ourselves. We don't need to worry about taking it from someone else. It's there in the air that you breathe. It's constantly available. This is the life force energy that sustains all forms of life and connects every living thing together in this web of life. In many of these systems, ki doesn't just flow through us, but it surrounds us and it engulfs us. That's a very important concept to integrate as well. Imagine yourself floating through this vast universe of energy that you can tap into at any moment. When we recognize that life force energy or universal ki is virtually coursing through us on every level, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically, etherically, astrally, it's every level. It's understandable why we ask ourselves to respect our bodies as temples of the divine. Because when we're asking for this energy to be acknowledged, to flow more rapidly than we are used to in everyday life, especially when we're doing healings, or especially when we're trying to do magic work, we are intentionally pulling more than we would normally pull. And so we're saying, hey, I recognize I am a vessel for this awesome power. Let me be a clean vessel. Let me not muddy the waters with my own junk. Think about a swampy water, right? You wouldn't want to drink swampy water. There's good, clean, healthy water in that swampy water, but you gotta sieve all that other stuff out before you get to that clean water. We don't want to be swampy water. We want to be all the stuff that comes after all the filters. That's what we want. So when we're doing things like Kenyokû, we are putting that filter on our body and sweeping away everything that muddies the waters. We can learn to assist our bodies in breaking through all these toxins, these blockages, these things that aren't running smoothly in our body. And once that smooth flow gets going, then we notice improved use of our nutrients. We don't need to take in as much food, quicker healing, improved growth if we're still growing, and we just become more vital and strong and energetic and less stressed and less tired. So where does this chi come from? We don't know. That's the honest answer. No one really knows. Some people prefer to view ki as having divine origins. They see it as the channeling of ki is like drawing down divine light and love. And that's why I named the system what I did, Drawing Down the Moon system of Reiki, because the moon is such a peaceful energy and represents the divine feminine. And the divine feminine often is the healer, the nurturer, the one who helps us grow and become who we truly are and helps us look inside. So that's why I named the system the way that I did. And that's why the type of people who are attracted to this system are attracted to us, because they feel that strong spiritual calling and they're not really sure what to do with it. So many of us who receive the attunements, we end up walking our own spiritual paths with more confidence. Not a different spiritual path necessarily, but being able to connect more deeply with our own spiritual beliefs and convictions, because we have this deeper connection with this underlying universal truth and love and light. So it's important to note that even though it's rewarding, spirituality and religion actually are completely unnecessary to work with ki. It's just that the people who tend to be attracted to Drawing Down the Moon want to work spiritually with this energy, but it's not necessary. And it's not needed in any way, and in fact it can muddy the waters as well. So ki is present regardless of what your spiritual belief is, regardless of where you're inclined to go, regardless of what society has taught you, your family has taught you. None of those things really matter. All that matters is your openness to the possibility, not even your belief, just your openness to the possibility that that life force energy is in fact there. So right now we are 3 exercises into the 13 Japanese exercises that will help you incorporate several different frequencies of ki into your everyday existence. What's important to note is that it can take years to master these exercises. But every single time you practice the exercise, you're going to experience something different. So take your time and do these exercises all the time. Hado breathing you can do anytime. I'm relaxed, right? Connecting to the earth even, you can do anytime. Standing in, a lineup. No one knows what you're doing. You're just breathing. Kenyokû is a little different. It'd be weird to do Kenyokû in the lineup. But before you plan to do any meditation, before you plan to do any prayer, before you plan to do any ritual or magic work, or even divination, it's a good idea to cleanse yourself of any preconceived notions, of any emotional things that might cloud your judgment, of any spiritual things that might cloud your judgment. Empty vessel, right? Empty vessel. So Kenyokû is important for that one. So enjoy it, play with it, experiment with it, try it many different ways. Most of all, experience it. That's the most important part. You want to experience what changes in your body when you do these exercises. What changes in your mind? What changes in your heart? What changes in the way that you're breathing? What changes in the tension of the muscles? What changes in your perceptions and your concepts? Like, really be aware of how bringing these energies into your life, into your world, brings shifts and changes. It's subtle. It's subtle at first. It's cumulative. The more you do it, the more you're going to notice. So it's important to do them often. And it's important to never stop. Once you think you've mastered the exercise, do it again. See what happens. So today we're talking about card number 8, Kenyokû, or spiritual bathing. The reason we do this spiritual bathing is because we are intending to interact with the divine. And we want to cleanse ourselves to become worthy vessels. And the vibe for this exercise is reverence. Reverence and awe. So I'm going to talk us through it, and then I'll show us how to do it. So the way that we do it is we stand in mountain pose. Mountain pose is feet shoulder width apart, pointing forwards, knees pointing forward, very slightly bent to encourage our core to engage and to find our center of gravity. Our arms are hanging relaxed at our sides. Our shoulders are settled on top of our core so that we don't have to hold them up. And then we're just breathing, thinking about the intention of the exercise, feeling the ki that's already flowing in your body, not even asking for more yet, just feeling what's already flowing there. And then intentionally asking for the start of the ritual. Now you can do that by starting Reiki flowing if you have it, by getting properly grounded and centered with Hado breathing or breath of the earth breathing. You can also do that by drawing symbols over yourself if you have symbols. The other thing that you can do is to draw magical symbols on your palm chakra and the finger chakras. And the reason for these is because we're now using our hand specifically to create an effect, to create an action through our hand, through the use of energetic chi. So in this case, we're using this hand, or this hand, depending on what side of your body you're working on, but you're using one hand to clear away all that gunk that we've been talking about. in another part of the body. Okay? And even just doing that, just that intention, you feel the release. Okay? Then we start the ritual once you've done sort of all that and you feel ready to move negativity out of your body. You start the ritual by using your dominant hand, doesn't matter which hand is dominant, on the opposite shoulder, palm flat against the shoulder junction. And you sweep your hand down the arms. And now in the instructions, it says do the body first and then do the arms. I like the idea of doing the arms first. Here's why, because I'm clearing the arms for better flow of energy, better flow of healing. Then once the arms are clear vessels, then I want to clear my body, because now I've got real strong flow of energy coming through my hands and arms because I've cleared the blocks. Now I want to clear my body, clear my organs, clear my chakras. Okay? So think that through a little bit. So remember, when you're flicking away your energy, you're flicking that energy away with intention. You're not just throwing it off into the universe for anyone to pick up. You're throwing it away with the intention, with asking the universe, please take this energy that no longer serves me. Please turn it into positive energy for myself, for my loved ones, for someone else who needs it, for the earth, whatever you need to, but don't just throw it away haphazardly. Now, you can do some add-ons. You can do some Reiki add-ons or some energy add-ons for this. When you are in mountain pose, turn on your Reiki. So if you're a Reiki practitioner, you know what that means. It means drawing the Kenyokû over your heart or over the 7 major chakras. Ask the Reiki to help cleanse you. If you are attuned to Kenyokû or any of the master symbols especially, these would be appropriate to draw onto your palm chakras, your finger chakras. Use the symbols cleansing aspects to sweep away the energetic junk. You might also consider distant symbol, because there might be some stuff, distant stuff that needs to be let go of. When you are breathing and brushing the body, imagine that Reiki light sweeping clean the areas that you're concentrating on. So not just like the glove, but the whole hand. Energetic sweep right through the hand, like a light or a laser beam, pushing everything through. And blow it away with your breath. So you want to practice this exercise whenever you need to release energy that isn't serving your body, and whenever you want to connect with universal chi, whenever you want to channel divine energy, whenever you want to connect with divine energy. So before meditation, before intuitive or healing work, divination work, before reading cards, before doing a healing, before doing a ritual, before opening circle. This is the perfect time to do this exercise. This exercise comes from Ms. Suzuki, who was a nun who trained with Master Yusui. Chris Marsh learnt from that nun, and he taught Andy Bowling, and Andy Bowling taught me. So I just want to always honor and recognize those who taught me this lesson, the things that I'm sharing with you. It's important that we recognize where these exercises come from and why we're learning them. So thank you to them, and thank you to you for coming and being here with me today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for being a vessel.